5:07 a.m., 8-mile run, let's go. 6:35, 8 miles done. Okay, so I just played about 5 games of ping pong straight. I'm sweating profusely, my hair is all messed up. It's about 6:25 p.m., we're still in the office. Before I take off and go home, I wanted to talk to you guys about 10 reasons why software sales is a good career. This video is coming out on Veterans Day, so if you'd like to support the channel, if you'd like to support the veterans, make sure to leave a like on this video now, subscribe to the channel for more sales videos. 10 reasons why software sales is a good career. Let's begin with number 1, increased earning potential. Let me outline this, guys. I started in software sales 3 years ago, right out of college, my very first job. I know you guys have heard this before, but I love sharing it. I do have an update on my career. I started as an SDR in software sales. I didn't even really know what working in technology meant. I was making $50,000 a year. I got equity in my company. Fast forward 3 years later, my company's gone public, so I now have a lot of equity that I'll get paid on. And my on-target earnings, so my pay, the mix of my salary, which is base, fixed, and my variable pay, which is commission based on performance, quota, and sales, my on-target earnings is $200,000. I just promoted again. I'm age 26. I 4x'd my income in less than about a little over 3 years. So increased earning potential is absolutely a key factor. If you're driven by money, software sales is one of the key professions that will reward you for that hard work ethic. Number 2 is greater job stability and security. And just keep in mind, guys, I'm reading a leading article right now. A lot of these are ideas I've talked about, but I do like hearing and learning about other people's ideas and then providing my commentary on it. We're completely off the rip right now, and I think those are the best videos and my favorite to make personally. So let me know if you guys like videos like this in the comments, and also let me know what other topics you guys have, because I'm really trying to expand out. Greater job stability and security. I'm not quite sure if this is a good aspect of working in sales. I think it's a trade-off. Number 1, working in technology is arguably the hottest industry to be in right now, so there is a lot of stability, but working in sales, it is a performance-based profession. You are paid to perform. You're not just paid to show up, work remote, and act like, hey, I'm never gonna go into the office, I'm in marketing, and I don't have any metrics for success, I'm just gonna do my job. Jobs like that, you're limited in. Jobs like sales, you're on the front lines, you're making it happen. If you don't perform, if you don't hit your quota for a year straight, you're probably gonna lose your job. So security, there is security, but you gotta show up and you gotta perform, and that's the reality of it. Number 3, professional development. I completely agree with this, and I consider this networking as well. A lot of young people work in technology, so when I started here at Qualtrics, I started with an entire cohort of young people as well that are now a part of my network, that I know, that are smart, that are driven, that are gonna go on to do successful things. So if you wanna meet a wide range of people that hopefully become your friends, your colleagues, your network, your peers, software sales is a great place to start. Number 4, flexible work schedules. This is very true. I don't have a time I need to clock. I've worked jobs where I had to clock in, I had to clock out, and you can't watch the clock fast enough. You say, I hate this, I don't like being here. Here in software sales, I set my own schedule, and that's pretty universal. There's not a definitive time I have to come in or stay. It's ultimately you work until the job gets done. So if you start a little later and you can get the job done, that's great. And if you hit your quota early on in the year, maybe you take a month off. That's what you can do. It's all about performance. And if you can perform, you'll get a lot of flexibility with your work schedule, which I know a lot of you guys like. Number 5, wide range of career opportunities. This is super true. In my software sales job as an account executive, I work with all industries. I work with financial services, I work with manufacturing, I work with restaurant brands, I work with hospitality. So I understand the key levers that these industries care about. And I'm young, I work with the buyer personas, executives in all these industries, so I know what's important to them in their business, and I can begin to build a framework as to what is going well in business, what is not going well. So I think I'm just a lot more universal and just a lot more broad of an understanding, opposed to just being an accountant for one specific industry. It's just such a narrow focus, and that's the beautiful thing about software sales is you really gain a lot of understanding that will be valuable. Let's say you want to go work in another industry, you'll know a lot more than a guy who didn't work or a girl that didn't work with a lot of different industries. Number 6, you may get to travel for work. I don't think that this is a good thing of working in software sales. Whoever wrote this list, I'm beginning to question them a little bit. Travel to me is exciting, but it gets old pretty quick. In software sales, my experience has been as a lower level rep, as an SDR, you're not doing any traveling. And a lot of people get inside sales and SDR, BDR confused. If you're working inside an office and not traveling, you're inside sales. So it's all the same thing. So I've never understood that. I've traveled once. I've traveled to conferences. I've gone on site once or twice. As you get higher up as an account executive, as an enterprise account executive, if you have a dozen accounts, you'll probably need to travel to go meet them. So the higher up you go, the more you'll travel. And if you love to travel, I don't think it's the best industry for that. And personally, I don't know why you would want to always be traveling, but hey, some people love that. Number 7, software sales rarely gets boring. This is true and it's not true. Number 1 is any job has monotonous, mundane activities that you need to do that's solely to be consistent to achieve the outcome you want. And those activities can get boring, quite honestly. Whatever job you work in, there's gonna be parts you love, parts you don't love. So there's definitely aspects that get boring, but there are aspects of the job that keep you on your toes. There's always new customers reaching out with problems that you can solve, and they will pay you a lot for your software, service, or solution. So it keeps you on your toes, and if you sell one product line, I mean, maybe the conversations to one buyer persona, the conversations will get quite repetitive, but I think that's a good thing because you really understand the key pain points and the key objections that you'll typically face, so you'll actually be able to master your craft much sooner. Number 8, limited educational requirements. This is a great aspect of working in software sales. For those of you out there wondering, how do I get into software sales? What do I do? You don't always need a college degree, although most leading tech companies do require a bachelor's degree. You don't need to be top of your class. I had an average GPA. I got a 19 on my ACT, and now I'm making $200,000 a year at age 26, and that's only going to continuously increase. You don't need to be the smartest guy in the room. You just need to have a good work ethic. You need to get a little technical, get a little in the weeds sometimes, but ultimately you just got to get your foot in the door. So if you start as a bartender, if you started retail sales, if you started in some sort of profession that you could parlay into an initial SDR role, maybe you're in your mid to late 20s, start as an SDR. Once you prove yourself and get a year or two of experience, and then especially start performing as a closer, you'll be able to write your own ticket and go work anywhere. Number 9, endless networking opportunities. This is true. It's unbelievable. I've met with CEOs at large public companies, and I wouldn't necessarily say I could call upon them to do anything, but this job has opened me up to opportunities I never thought were possible, to go places I've never been, to meet people. I've met people, I've had meetings where I lead the meeting with people that make over $1 million a year. And a year or two ago, I would have thought that's crazy, but you get exposed to a lot of really interesting people because they work at the businesses you're trying to help. So it's a lot of fun. And then finally, number 10, job satisfaction. Yeah, I'd say that this is absolutely something. There's no better feeling than when you absolutely crush your quota. You know you're gonna get a really big paycheck. You know you helped your team, you helped your company, and you just got the job done. I'm now at a place where I need to hit my quota and perform to feel good, and that's why I work such long hours. And that's personally just me. So there's a lot of satisfaction. Those are the 10 reasons why working in software sales is a good career. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like below. It helps the algorithm, it helps me. I love it. Also, let me know down in the comments below, what other videos would you like to see? What other topics? I'm starting to dip my feet a little bit in crypto. I know you guys like the sales videos, but let me know what else you want me to talk about. Connect with me on LinkedIn if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel for more sales videos and perhaps other videos, and I'll talk to you in the next video.